am I gonna edit a 40-minute fight scene? How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Dusty Mac, and thanks for joining me on my TV reaction series. Today, we are finishing Invincible. Well, season 1 at least. I still don't know if there's a season 2. I haven't looked it up because I really don't want to see any spoilers. But so far, we are finishing Invincible, at least for season 1. This one is season 1, episode 8, Where I Really Come From. From this title, what I'm kind of going to be guessing is that, you know, obviously Mark and Nolan are going to be coming toe-to-toe with each other, probably trading a fist or two, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to come out that maybe Nolan isn't exactly a Viltrumite. Maybe, like I said, he's some, I don't know, maybe he's even a criminal of the Viltrumites, or maybe he's like a warring species or something. I don't know. He even said that, you know, the Viltrums, or the Viltrumites, are these peaceful species that want to raise societies out of the mud and into the future. And honestly, it doesn't seem that that's kind of his goal, especially being, you know, when he was up against Cecil, and he was just like, they were your friends, and he's like, I never needed their help. That's not what you do for like a civilization that you go to. You don't kill their heroes to lift up their spirits, you know? I'm also kind of guessing that there's gonna be a lot of deaths in this episode. For example, I think maybe it's gonna come down to, like, you know, Mark got his ass beat and he's down for the count, but then Debbie tries to save him, and of course she gets killed, and then I think Mark's gonna snap just like he did that one time where he's like, you guys are fucking dead. And this time I don't think he's gonna get his ass kicked. I think, see, I don't know, what happens if Omni-Man wins, and what happens if he kills Mark? Like, this is just the end of the show and everybody's dead, and then the bad guy is the one that's just standing tall at the end of the episode. It's just I don't know how I'd feel about that, and I don't know if that's what's gonna happen. So I'm just really excited to jump into this episode. And if you like my reaction, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and hit that little bell in the corner, because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, which is usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos and streams sometimes as well. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, the Venmo and the Patreon's down below. And I guess without any further ado, let's just finish Invincible. At least season 1. Hopefully there's a season 2, because I really like this show. Yeah, this is the Invincible season 1 finale. This is season 1, episode 8. It's called Where I Really Come From. Let's do it.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Mark threw the first punch.
Controlling you. Tell me how to stop them. Let my dad go.
Stop. It's just me. This isn't how I wanted to do this. It's time for you to know where I really come from. I am from Viltrum.
Okay.
But we have created a perfect civilization. In order for our people to reach their full potential, we had to remove the weak. It was a long and difficult process. When it was over, our population was cut in half.
This whole thing should be.
But what emerged from the ashes was unstoppable. Time I was born, Viltrum was already the greatest empire in our galaxy. We decided to make it the only empire.
So it's like galactic Spartans or some shit.
Some species resisted, of course. No one could withstand us for long. As our territory grew, our forces were stretched thin. We needed a better, more efficient way to conquer worlds. Trusted officers given a planet to weaken. I was one of those lucky few. I couldn't tell your mother that time's come to an end. We need to get Earth ready to join the Viltrum Empire. You couldn't know until you had your powers.
So if I wasn't, I'd just be one more human to conquer. You love me. You love Mom.
Do you have any idea how long we live? Older we get, the slower we age. You'll live for thousands of years. Everyone you know and love will be gone before you even look 30. All we have to do is welcome Earth into our empire. I do love
What do they
mother,
use the humans for then?
She's more like a pet to me.
A pet? This is insane. This is my life.
We have a responsibility to Viltrum.
I don't give a shit about Viltrum. I don't care if I live a fucking million years.
Yes, Mark.
I can't let you interfere.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
So be it.
Map their trajectory. I need to know where they're going before they get there. Scramble our jets.
Sir, what could they do?
At least they're a distraction.
Do we go out there?
And do what?
Follow Cecil's orders and remain here.
Eve! Oh, Jesus Christ, you're okay.
What's happening with Mark and Omni-Man?
To face his father and survive, he'll need to be...
Oh, that's a lot of blood. Couldn't Eve just, like, explode Omni-Man at the atomic level?
It's not too late.
Yes, it is.
Target acquired.
Engaging.
Cecil wants to waste more time.
Hit him with everything you've got.
It's right to pity them, but wrong to value them over your own kind.
Direct hit on Omni-Man.
Jesus.
I got you.
Didn't think I was gonna make it.
You almost killed him.
So much effort. For what? Where was that other one?
He's on my 6.
Killed him.
Hour in 50 years when he's old, what difference does it make?
He'd have a life.
Did seeing that man lose his life disturb you? Let's see how you handle this.
So he's kind of like if General Zod were to have won and came to Earth and shit. That's kind of what I'm getting. Omni-Man's trying to maximize casualties too.
I've got you. Don't move.
Did he save? Did he save them?
How could you do this?
That was your fault. How many more need to die? And what were they doing with those fragile little lives anyway?
Is Mom's life worthless?
Yes.
Debbie.
Fuck him up, Mark.
I need to save them.
No, this time you'll learn.
Make him watch.
They're cavemen without us.
I seen you almost die to protect them. You've changed. You were happy here.
For a time, but I'm loyal to Viltrum.
Oh my god. He punched him down so hard he flew up. Oh my god.
My time here has been a speck in the span of my life. You don't know me. I will burn this planet down. Please.
How am I gonna edit a 40-minute fight scene? Holy shit. Oh my god.
I should have prepared you better. Your life has been soft. Your true education begins now.
Gear up. We can't stop this fight, but we can save lives.
Orders were to stay here.
You're not a robot anymore, remember?
He's still trying to fight him. Like, he has no energy left, and he just killed all the people on that cruise liner.
Had enough yet?
I'll stop you.
Ready when you are.
Jesus.
You're doing this for nothing. The Empire will make Earth better.
And what if they resist?
They can be a part of something bigger or die.
I won't let you.
You want to die for this planet? What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
Jesus. Stop! What the fuck?
I have to watch this game. There's so much more I could be doing right now.
You're gonna miss it. You and I, we made him. When he feels joy, we feel joy. How can you see that and not feel the same way? Shows us what life is all about.
That was a legitimate emotion he just had, and
Come on, Mark!
Go!
Come on, buddy, you can do it!
Mark, go, Mark!
Safe!
Did you see that? Did you see?
Yeah, I saw.
oh, I was expecting that.
Damn it! Why Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. You'll outlast every fragile, insignificant being on this planet. Everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
I still have you. Dad?
Oh, that was amazing. That fucking shot was amazing. Do Viltrumites get stronger after every loss just like Saiyans do, or? As if so, Mark would have to be pretty damn strong after that beating.
The damage you can see behind me was done in a matter of minutes.
It's like nothing I've ever seen, and we're all asking the same question. How could someone who promised to keep us safe become that threat?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you better just surrender.
The planet will take weeks to clear the area. The cost in lives is incalculable. The Guardians of the Globe and Adam Eve are on the scene. No sign of Omni-Man. Invincible since yesterday. We hope to know what ended this attack. The danger is behind us.
Don't try to talk. You're gonna be okay. It's all over.
For how long? Gosh, you should be used to seeing him like that by now.
Since we want to preserve Omni-Man's secret identity, Nolan Grayson officially died when the house across the street exploded from a gas leak. And Nolan's travel books always sold well. Sales will see a significant spike.
I like that he was a travel book salesman.
Nolan was doing everything under my nose, and I never saw it. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't make things as right as they can be.
Cecil's the real one. He went toe-to-toe with Omni-Man, and he lived to tell a tale, so, I mean, big props for him.
We haven't earned it yet.
He's basically Iron Man now.
Fuck off.
I said stop! Now we look like a team.
She just turned into the monster for that, so she's another week younger. Like, she needs to keep that in the pocket for when she really needs it. Again, she's just turning into the monster. Like, every time she does that, it's a week. Like, I don't get why she keeps doing it. Eve's still doing her thing. Damn, it's taken Mark weeks to recuperate.
Have you heard from Mark?
Not since that stuff between him and his dad on the news.
Wait a minute, you know he's invincible?
You know too? I blew it. You think he's okay?
I don't know.
He is now.
Hell of a thing you did there, kid. Been drifting in and out for almost 2 weeks.
Oh, just 2 weeks.
I saw my dad fly away. Where'd he go? Aren't you gonna tell me what happened?
Depends.
On what?
If you still want to be a hero or not. Come with me. I wanted to tell you that your mother heard everything.
How could you do that?
Don't you think she deserves to know the truth?
Where are we?
Call it Cerebro.
He's gonna live up to his name, isn't he?
Enough. Lights.
Where'd all that go?
The water America drinks is laced with a chemical. Inhibits the ability to see certain frequencies of light. You'd be surprised how often we use this.
That's pretty damn clever. It's the fluoride, right?
He didn't change trajectory, so he's going somewhere pretty damn far away. We need a replacement.
Not now. Not yet.
If I can't call on you, well, there's not really a list past the Guardians of the Globe.
It's too much.
I shouldn't have brought this up so soon. If either of you need anything else, you know how to reach me.
Guess who's finally getting his powers?
That's great, son, just great. You have to be prepared for anything.
What if I can't do this?
Along the way, you're gonna need to do things you don't want to do. You're a Viltrumite.
I want to do what you do. I want to be just like you.
You will.
They didn't even stock the fridge? Come on.
Want to get a pizza?
Mark!
Does this mean,
If you want. Looks like I wasn't the only person being lied to.
You know Omni-Man is my...
You said your dad was killed when a gas line blew up across the street. Not that hard to figure it out from there.
So definitely setting up for a second season. That would be William, probably. There they are.
Mark! After everything on the TV about you and Omni... Hey, Amber.
She knows about my dad.
They know?
Let's go out.
How did you get...
Debbie.
Who else can she talk to about how she's feeling, you know?
What can I do for you?
I spent so much time thinking about if Nolan had killed the Guardians, why he would have done it. Didn't think about what would happen afterwards. I can't believe our time together was a lie. I wish he'd come back.
Me too.
Pour me one of those.
Only got the one glass.
Pour.
It's like I'm hollow inside.
We don't have to do this here.
I just need to get out of the house. Hello?
I need you. Now. Someone's flying towards Earth from deep space.
You might as well know about me. Well, I'm Adam Eve.
What? I see it now. You can make doubles of yourself.
No, that's duplicate. I'm the pink one?
Of course.
Poor Eve. Oh, that's cool. Is he back this? Okay.
I thought I was too late. I have to warn you. When I return to the Coalition of Planets, tell them I've been going to Earth instead of Urath. There's a Viltrumite living on your planet.
Oh, that.
You already know?
Grab a seat.
You're a Viltrumite, and your dad tried to take over the planet but then left? That is super weird for a Viltrumite. They destroyed my world when my people rebelled against them.
I'm sorry.
If I'd checked my orders properly, would have seen that Earth was flagged for Viltrumite takeover. Could have warned you.
I would have just gone to my dad. Who knows what would have happened then.
Coalition of Planets will want to hear about you. Power struggles brewing in the farthest reaches of space. The Coalition is trying to unite enough worlds to stop the Viltrumite Empire. No one's even heard of a Viltrumite abandoning their post. It just doesn't happen. Could be the advantage we've been looking for.
Let me know if I can do anything to help.
I don't get why you're smiling.
Thinking about everything I've been through. The fact it's just a small part of something much larger makes it all seem more manageable.
Once they find out your father took off, the Viltrumites are gonna come for you. They don't give up without a fight.
I'll be ready.
What's the plan in the meantime?
Time to do some superhero training, right? I'm glad that one guy survived. Oh shit. Oh. I mean, 3 was kind of taking on Omni-Man pretty well, so I mean, this is a smart move by Cecil.
Finish high school, I guess.
Sounds good. What is high school?
Now it's all out and you know.
Hell yeah. Nothing at the end. Alright, everybody. That was the Season 1 finale of Invincible. That was Season 1, Episode 8, Where I Really Come From. Holy shit. So yeah, the story that we heard about the Viltrumites at the beginning of the season was definitely not the truth, as we found out that the Viltrumites are they kind of remind me of Saiyans from Dragon Ball. And in fact, the fight between Mark and Nolan actually did remind me a lot of Dragon Ball Z as well, with like the colored lines going across the screen and then fighting and shit. But the Viltrumites definitely remind me of the Saiyans, where they're kind of going out there to conquer other planets, except these guys are doing it a little differently. So basically, the Viltrumites go planet to planet, destroying or killing off their heroes and making the planets dependent on the Viltrumites. I don't know what they use the humans for, or the native species on the planet for. Maybe it's just straight up slave labor to like strip the planet of its resources. They didn't really go into that, but that's kind of what I'm guessing. Fuck. This was a really hard episode to watch, just because I kind of thought that maybe Mark would put up more of a fight than he did. He did not. He pretty much just, from the get-go, was getting his ass beat. He got a couple punches in there, but they really didn't do anything. I mean, like Nolan said, his lifespan is so vast. I mean, Mark's lifespan is not going to be quite as long as his, because he is, like, you know, part human. But he will still live thousands of years, and who knows how long Nolan's lived. You know, we did see that, like, the flashback of him, he had, like, all black hair and a black mustache, and now he's, like, you know, graying and stuff. So he's definitely a few thousand years old. And like he said, none of these people matter to him, because their lifespan is just so short. He said, like, even Debbie, his wife, he kind of looks at her more not as like a person, but as a pet. That's fucked up. But, you know, honestly, it did remind me of this line from Doctor Who. Surprise, surprise. It's actually a line that really got me through, like when I had to put my dog down back in, like, 2017. It's the curse of the Time Lord. They get to spend the rest of their lives with us, but we don't get to spend the rest of our lives with them. You know, it's sad, but they're still beings. They still have value in their life. You know, even going back to the Viltrum Society in the beginning, it seemed like they were a peaceful society at one time, but then they had like a militaristic portion of their society that broke free and like literally killed all the weaker ones, you know, and now they're like a militaristic like species that does nothing but invasions and shit. Kind of like how, what are they called? Not Kryptonians, but the other ones, because I know there's 2 species on that planet, right? And they're like, that's where Zod comes from. I might be wrong in that. I'm not, my knowledge on DC is very poor compared to like Marvel. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of like how Zod's like a more militaristic, and he went against like the House of L, and that's kind of what brought down the downfall of Krypton. Yeah, that's kind of what that they reminded me of. And of course, I'm sure the Kirk, because it looks like it is Robert Kirkman. Did Kirkman also do Walking Dead? That's interesting. He's pretty damn good writer. See, I'm sure they did pull like a lot of inspiration from, of course, Marvel, DC, and all the other superhero brands like Titan and Dark Horse. But yeah, this whole show honestly is kind of like the culmination of being like a superhero cartoon fan, because I grew up with like Batman the animated series and Justice League and all that. As good as those shows were and still are, they are still restrained by that TV Y7 rating, you know. This has no restraint. This is like balls to the wall. This is what would actually happen if these superheroes existed. And more often than not, a god-like being like Omni-Man, like Nolan, is not going to be very nice because he's a god. What does he need you for? I'm glad there's really no deaths. I say that as like he literally held his son in front of an oncoming train, and he just watched every single person in that train get shredded up by the wreckage. And of course, all the people in the buildings that were crumbling, and the woman and child that he was trying to save and he wasn't able to. The pilot that just... Oh, Jesus. Nolan literally has no regard for human life. They're just... like he said, they're animals to him. Not even... I thought he was going to go lower and say they're insects, but, you know, they're just worthless animals, which... kind of makes the Viltrumites more dickish, because like you gotta love animals, you know. They're part of the ecosystem and they help the Earth continue on. Nope, Nolan doesn't care though. He'll just go. It's kind of like when you're a kid, you know, when you're like. But yeah, so he kind of fucked off because he did have that memory of, you know, he actually does love his child, and he didn't want to kill him. Should have had that realization a little bit earlier. I mean, he didn't die, but he got fucked up. So he also like regrew his teeth, unless they have that technology to do that. But yeah, he kind of realized that he went too far and he just left. Which, you know, Alan the Alien was like, yeah, Viltrumites never do that. So maybe his time on Earth did soften him a little bit. And when the Viltrumites come in for presumably season 2, because it definitely did a lot of setup for the next season in the last like 5 minutes of the episode. Maybe once the Viltrumites come in and Earth is just decimated and they really need some help, maybe no one's going to come in and save the day. I don't know. I know this graphic novel is out there and I could read it, but I don't really like manga or graphic novels. The pictures need to be moving and there needs to be sound and music going on for me to keep my attention. But yeah, this show was fucking amazing. Unfortunately, you know, it didn't get a lot of traction with the views and stuff, but it's definitely a show I'm going to come back to once season 2 comes out eventually. And I really liked it. I'm probably actually going to go back and watch this again just on my 4K TV, because like I said, I'm just on my little shitty 15-year-old 720p computer monitor here. Yeah, that was, you know, quintessential Amazon TV. It was hyper violent, hyper gory, really funny, and just a good story that you didn't want to stop watching. And it was really hard too, because like I said, I started the first 3 episodes months and months ago when I thought I was going to win the poll, and I had to wait like 6 or 7 months before I was able to start it again, and I didn't want to put it down once I did. So yeah, thank you for everybody that voted on the poll, and I'm glad to finally have finished it and put it into my catalog of reactions. And I'll tell you what though, before I end this, my favorite moment of this episode was honestly that part where Nolan is just over Mark's body and he's like, what would you have after 500 years? Everyone's around you would be dead. And Mark is just like barely able to get a breath, and he's just gasping for breath, blood shooting out of his mouth and shit. He's like, I would have you. And that is the moment that I think softened him a little bit, and made him realize, like, yeah, this is my son, and we would still be together, and we could make this place maybe a home. Maybe that was what was going through his mind, but yeah, I don't know. I just really enjoyed that moment, and I hope you guys did too. So anyway, guys, what did you think of this episode and Invincible overall? Let me know in the comment box down below, because there's a lot in this show, and I'm positive the graphic novels went into a lot more detail, I'm sure. Maybe once the TV series is done, I'll go back and revisit those in the future. Yeah, so let me know what you thought about that in the comment box down below. And if you like my reaction, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and hit that little bell in the corner, because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos and stream hardly ever, but I do sometimes as well. And if you guys want to support the channel, the Venmo and the Patreon's down below. And with the Venmo, you're going to get access to my movie nights. I usually do 1 or 2 of those a month, and you'll get access to them a week ahead of everybody else. I guess that's going to be about it for me for Invincible. Thank you very much for recommending me this show and voting in the poll. Sorry it lost. lost, but you know, Orphan Black definitely deserved to win because it's an incredible show on its own, and I knew I'd get back to Invincible, and I'm glad I'm finally caught up. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, for voting, and for following along, and I hope to see you on some future shows coming up pretty soon. I appreciate every single one of you, and remember, if you're gonna go outside, please wear a mask. Don't be an ass. And I will see you all next week with whatever show replaces Invincible. Take it easy, guys.
I don't care if I live a fucking million years.